Good morning. This is Deborah V. Wilson. It is Tuesday. It's 1:41 a.m. in the morning, and that's GMT minus 6. And I am again just outside of Janesville, Wisconsin. Whilst I have been posting some YouTube videos, I have been remiss in posting a podcast. That is because I am working on a more extensive and expansive project, again with the focus being Canada, Israel, and the UK's security models, both civil constructed by civil society and state constructed security models. Um, in the meantime, I thought I would take the opportunity to do a very brief podcast and just say hello and to tell you a little bit about the upcoming podcast. Again, with the focus being Canada, Israel, and the UK, I will be taking a more extensive look at the iterations and the gyrations of security modeling by the state and how civil society responds to it. Because the response of civil society to a state constructed security model, it can be a security model in and of itself constructed by civil society, and it can also impact the soundness of the state constructed security model. With that in mind, my focus, I'm going to be looking at Canada. In terms of Canada, Canada is going through her own particular gyrations in terms of security. In particular, there's a great deal of focus on CSIS, which is the Canadian Security Intelligence Services, and who they are and what they are post Bill C-51. And in terms of looking at this agency and who they are and what they are, there have been specific questions around the retention of data recently and oversight for the agency. So I'm going to be taking a look at that. And again, with the emphasis being on the state constructed civil security model as it is, and how civil society, the citizens, are responding. Next, in Israel, this is it's unfortunate, but I want to be timely. With Israel, I want to look at the very recent wildfires and how that is being conceptualized by a myriad of Israeli identities. In addition, how that's being conceptualized by Palestinians. And what that looks like from various Israeli and Palestinian perspectives, what it looks like from the state sector, and what it looks like from civil society. So in Israel, I'll be looking at the security model, the state constructed security model, the state's conceptualization of security, specifically as it relates to the recent wildfires. And then last but certainly not least, with the United Kingdom, when it comes to security, I would say there's a great deal of similarity between the UK and Israel. All countries have security models, and those security models go through a myriad of gyrations and pushing and prodding, and also acceptance by the civil sector. But I think in countries like Israel and the UK, Israel is in some sense, to a larger extent, more, for lack of a better word, more in quotes, honest, again in quotes, about taking a more militaristic approach towards her existence. The UK spends a great deal of effort in naming their security models social cohesion, community integration. We should all get along. But it's a nation in which security is never very far from any conversation, be it the civil sector, be it the state sector. So in the UK, I'll be looking at the recently passed investigatory Investigatory Powers Act 2016, or the Snoopers Charter. It's recently become a law and will go into, well, actually, I apologize, it will become a law before the end of this year. And also around that, I'll be looking at the Prevent program and its acceptance and not acceptance, and how civil society is experiencing that particular modality of security, state constructed security, by the UK, in the UK, and what that does to the state constructed security models. This is Debra V. Wilson, just outside of Janesville, Wisconsin. A tad bit tongue tied, and I apologize, but it is almost 2 in the morning, GMT -6. Thank you so much.